In the morning, many men over 60 start their day with a slice of toast, a bowl of cereal, or their usual cup of coffee. Sounds harmless, maybe even healthy. But let me be direct with you. That so-called standard breakfast could be silently damaging the most important blood vessels in your body, not just in your heart, but down there as well, the very place that holds a man's confidence and dignity. I'm Dr. Benjamin Hartwell. For more than 30 years, I've worked alongside thousands of men over 60, helping them maintain their health, their relationships, and that quiet strength in their private lives. And I want you to understand this clearly. Age itself is not the enemy. The real culprit sometimes sits right there on your breakfast plate. In my clinic, I once saw a 64-year-old patient named Richard. He told me, "Doctor, I feel like I'm slowing down. I don't have the energy for my walks anymore and, well, it's hard to even talk about my private life." When we ran some tests, the issue wasn't his age, as he thought. It was the morning habits he had repeated for decades. Richard's case isn't unusual. In fact, cardiovascular research shows that poor circulation down there often appears years before major problems show up in the coronary arteries. Stay tuned, because I'm about to share exactly which foods make the difference, how to use them, and why they can completely transform your morning routine and your circulation. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss important health tips for seniors. And if this video speaks to you, drop a comment with the number 1. If not, type 0. I truly want to know. So what's the first food that can turn this around? Let's start with a leafy green that looks ordinary but carries natural nitrate power to unlock circulation: spinach. The very first food is spinach, a green that many people treat as just a side dish, when in reality it's a natural nitrate powerhouse. I remember clearly the case of Robert, age 62. He came to me complaining of heavy legs, aching hips, and a drained energy that was slowly chipping away at his confidence. Every morning, Robert ate cereal and toast, thinking he was doing the right thing for his health. But in reality, that breakfast lacked the very nutrients needed to keep his blood flowing strong. Once we added spinach into his routine, just a few weeks later, Robert told me, "Doctor, it feels like I have a new life force, not just in my legs, but also in the closeness I share with my wife." Science explains this very clearly. Spinach contains up to 845 milligrams of nitrate per serving, one of the highest among all vegetables. Inside the body, nitrate converts into nitric oxide, a molecule that acts like a switch, widening the blood vessels and allowing blood to flow more powerfully to the legs, the heart, and yes, the pelvic region. As men age, the body's natural nitric oxide production declines, but spinach can restore it. Studies published in the Journal of the American Heart Association show that just a few hours after eating spinach, blood vessel dilation, flow-mediated dilation, improves significantly, blood pressure drops, and circulation to sensitive areas increases. I often tell my patients, spinach isn't just Popeye's food for muscles, it's a grown man's food for lasting vitality. So, how do you use it? Many of my patients simply blend 2 cups of fresh spinach into their morning smoothie or sauté it quickly with eggs. Morning is the best time because nitric oxide peaks about 2 to 3 hours later, giving you steady circulation throughout the day. And to give you another example, Harold, 67, tried just one small change, adding spinach to his morning smoothie. 3 weeks later, he came back saying, "I feel lighter, my steps are easier, and most importantly, I feel like a man again." Spinach provides a solid starting point, but the journey doesn't end there, because there's another root vegetable, deep red, found in almost every kitchen, that's been proven to boost circulation within just hours. And that's beetroot. If spinach is the foundation of nitrates, then beetroot is the turbocharger. Frank, age 65, once told me, "I feel sluggish all day. I'm okay in the morning, but by the afternoon I feel heavy, sometimes even with tingling in my legs." When I asked about his diet, he admitted he'd never touched beets. He thought they were just salad decoration. But only 2 weeks after adding a small glass of beet juice to his breakfast, Frank came back smiling, saying, "Doctor, I never imagined that red root I used to hate could make me feel 10 years younger." Science is on his side. Beetroot is one of the richest sources of dietary nitrate, similar to spinach, but studied even more extensively for circulation benefits in older adults. In a 2013 clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, people who drank beet juice saw significant improvements in flow-mediated dilation, a key marker of blood vessel health, within just 3 hours. At the same time, their systolic blood pressure dropped an average of 5 to 10 millimeters of mercury, enough to meaningfully reduce cardiovascular risk. What makes beetroot special is that its nitrate helps replace the natural decline in nitric oxide that comes with aging. Think of it as a biological shortcut, restoring nitric oxide to the bloodstream so vessels expand, blood flows freely, and circulation improves to the heart, the legs, and the pelvic region. Many patients describe it the same way afterward: lighter legs, warmer hands, and yes, better sensitivity down there. The method is simple. 1 cup, about 4 ounces or 120 milliliters, of pure beet juice in the morning, or adding boiled sliced beets into a salad. When combined with spinach, these two nitrate-rich foods form the perfect duo. Spinach for steady support, beetroot for quick, powerful results. I often tell my patients, spinach opens the door, beetroot pushes the flow. But no matter how powerful nitrates are, they still need a kind of launch pad so the body can fully absorb and use them. And that comes from a familiar, delicious breakfast food that acts as the bridge for your entire circulatory system: Greek yogurt paired with berries. Once nitrates from spinach and beetroot have opened the blood flow, the body needs a platform to absorb and sustain that effect. And the answer is a simple yet powerful combination: Greek yogurt with fresh berries. Martin, 64, told me that every day he started with a slice of toast and black coffee. He said, "Doctor, mornings are fine, but by midday I feel drained, my legs feel heavy, and I can't keep up with my grandkids." I suggested he swap the toast for a bowl of Greek yogurt topped with blueberries. Just 2 weeks later, Martin came back with brighter eyes and said, "I don't crash at midday anymore. I can run around with the kids without running out of breath." Science explains this clearly. Greek yogurt provides live probiotics that balance gut bacteria. Over 70% of the immune system lives in the gut, and when the gut is quietly inflamed, the lining of the blood vessels also suffers, leading to poor circulation. Probiotics calm that inflammation and help the body process nitrates more effectively, allowing spinach and beetroot to deliver their full power. Berries like blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries are loaded with anthocyanins and vitamin C. These compounds help nitric oxide last longer and improve blood vessel flexibility. According to research published in the Journal of the American Heart Association, older men who regularly ate yogurt had up to a 21% lower risk of heart disease, while anthocyanins from berries reduced the risk of high blood pressure by around 8%. These are real, meaningful numbers that make a daily difference. The beauty is you can combine all of this in one quick breakfast: a bowl of Greek yogurt, a handful of blueberries or strawberries, maybe sprinkle some whole grain oats or a few walnuts on top. You get probiotics, antioxidants, and steady energy lasting through the afternoon. I call this the relay system. Spinach and beetroot start the flow, while yogurt and berries keep it steady, smooth, and lasting. And to protect that nitric oxide flow from being destroyed by oxidative stress, you need one more fruit, bright red, once considered the treasure of kings: pomegranate. Throughout history, pomegranate has been seen as a symbol of strength and longevity. The ancient Greeks called it the fruit of royalty. Today, modern science confirms it. Inside every ruby red seed lies one of nature's richest sources of polyphenols. Edward, 68, came to me complaining of cold hands, heavy legs, and a constant lack of vitality. He said, "Doctor, I drink coffee all morning, but I still feel like my blood just doesn't move." I suggested a small change. Add a cup of pure pomegranate juice, about 4 ounces, 120 milliliters, to his breakfast. Just a few weeks later, Edward returned, excited. "Not only are my hands warm again, I feel alive. I have more energy. And even my family doctor confirmed my circulation improved on the tests." What made such a difference? The answer lies in L-argitannins and anthocyanins, compounds in pomegranate that activate and protect nitric oxide, while blocking the oxidative stress that damages blood vessels. A study published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences showed that just 30 minutes after drinking pomegranate juice, blood vessel diameter expanded significantly, and the effect lasted for hours. Pomegranate not only improves blood flow, it actually trains the vessels to become more flexible and resilient with regular use. For men over 60, that means lighter legs, warmer hands, and renewed confidence in private moments. It's easy to apply. Drink a glass of pure pomegranate juice in the morning, or sprinkle a handful of seeds over your Greek yogurt and berries. It's not just a delicious combo, it's a way to protect the nitric oxide flow that spinach and beetroot started, making sure it doesn't get shut down by oxidative stress. If spinach opens the path, beetroot accelerates, yogurt and berries stabilize, then pomegranate is the royal shield, guarding your blood flow. But to complete the circle, you still need one small yet mighty food, a nut that nourishes blood vessels from within and supplies the raw material to generate nitric oxide directly. That nut is walnuts. Finally, to complete the morning circulation system, we come to a small nut with enormous power: walnuts. James, 71, once told me, "I take my medications, I watch my diet, but I still feel like I'm running on empty. Every day feels like driving a car without fuel." I suggested he add a small handful of walnuts to his breakfast, sprinkled over yogurt or tossed into a salad. After a month, James returned, shook my hand, and said, "I never imagined a few little nuts could make such a difference. I feel stronger, more focused, more confident." What caused this change? Walnuts are rich in arginine, an amino acid that acts as the raw material for nitric oxide, the key fuel for blood vessel dilation. At the same time, walnuts supply ALA, omega-3 alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based fatty acid proven to improve endothelial function. A study published in Circulation, AHA 2019, found that regular walnut consumption improved arterial elasticity, lowered harmful LDL cholesterol, and supported overall circulation in older adults. In other words, each handful of walnuts works like a daily tune-up for your blood vessels, keeping the circulatory system running smoothly, steadily, and resiliently. The application is simple: about 1 ounce, 30 grams, or a small handful each morning. Eat them plain, sprinkle on your Greek yogurt, or blend into a smoothie. You don't need a lot, but consistency is the key. As you age, your body produces less nitric oxide naturally, so supplying arginine from walnuts is the final step to close the loop in your morning circulation routine. Spinach gets things started, beetroot accelerates, yogurt and berries stabilize, pomegranate protects, and walnuts provide long-term nourishment. But when these 5 foods come together, the effect doesn't just add up, it multiplies, creating a powerful resonance loop. And that's exactly what I want to share with you next: synergy. When 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 doesn't equal 5, but can feel like 10. When you eat just one of these foods, you'll get its individual benefits. But when you combine all 5 in the morning, your body experiences something special: synergy, the compounding effect. That's when 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 no longer equals 5, but can feel like 10. James, a 71-year-old patient of mine, is living proof. He used to suffer from fatigue, heavy legs, cold hands, and a confidence that seemed to drain away year after year. After several failed attempts, he decided to try a routine I recommended. One smoothie with spinach and beetroot, a bowl of Greek yogurt topped with berries and walnuts, plus a small glass of pomegranate juice. Just 10 days later, James returned to my clinic with a smile that looked 10 years younger. He told me, "Doctor, I feel like I've turned back the clock. My legs are lighter, my body feels warmer, and my confidence has returned." Science explains this transformation very clearly. Probiotics in yogurt improve nitrate absorption from spinach and beetroot. Vitamin C and anthocyanins in berries extend the lifespan of flavonoids and polyphenols from pomegranate. Healthy fats and arginine in walnuts provide the raw material for sustained nitric oxide production. And pomegranate acts as the shield, protecting nitric oxide from free radical damage. It's a closed loop where each food supports and amplifies the others. So how can you apply this without feeling overwhelmed? Try this simple routine. Morning smoothie, 2 cups spinach plus half a boiled beetroot. At the same time, a bowl of Greek yogurt with a handful of berries, blueberries or strawberries. Sprinkle a small handful of walnuts on top. Finish with 4 ounces, 120 milliliters, of pure pomegranate juice. Just 10 minutes of preparation gives your body a foundation of circulation that lasts the entire day. The key isn't perfection, it's consistency. When you make this a habit, your blood vessels become more flexible, your energy stronger, and your confidence more sustainable. And this isn't just about physical health. Many of my patients tell me that as their circulation improves, they feel warmer in a handshake, closer in their relationships with their wives, and more confident with every step they take. This goes far beyond blood pressure numbers or heart rate. It's about restoring dignity and connection. Now I want you to think about yourself. 6 months from now, will you look back with regret for not starting today? Or will you be grateful that you chose one small change right now? The decision is in your hands. Above all, I want you to remember this. Age is not the enemy. Many men over 60 believe fatigue, heavy legs, or fading confidence are just natural laws of aging. But that's not true. The real culprit often lies in daily habits, like the very breakfast you've been eating for years. You don't need miracle pills or expensive therapies to reclaim your strength. Your body still has the ability to heal itself if you simply give it the right fuel. Spinach opens the path, beetroot accelerates, Greek yogurt with berries keeps the rhythm, pomegranate protects, and walnuts nourish. Together, they don't just support your blood vessels, they restore dignity, connection, and the essence of manhood itself. I've seen patients who thought aging meant giving up. But with just a few small changes, they rediscovered energy, confidence, and even the warm spark in their partner's eyes. And I want the same for you. Not just for yourself, but for the loved ones who need you strong and vibrant. So ask yourself, 6 months from now, will you look back with regret for missing the chance, or with pride because you acted today? The choice is yours. Before you go, I have a small request. Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future health tips designed especially for men over 60. If what I've shared resonates with you, leave a comment with the number 1. If it doesn't, type 0. I genuinely want to know. And don't forget to like and share this video, because it might just help another man reclaim his strength and his confidence. You are stronger than you think. And your journey back to health, confidence, and dignity begins with tomorrow morning's breakfast.